Breaking news in a CBS Sports HQ out of the NBA, where Sun star Kevin Durant will have his injured left ankle reevaluated in 2 weeks. Our Bill Reiter confirms. Durant suffered that sprained ankle while warming up prior to his would-be home debut for the Suns on Wednesday. KD has appeared in 3 games with his new team, a perfect 3-0 in those contests. The NBA regular season will conclude on April 9th. And for more on the matter, we welcome in CBS Sports NBA insider Bill Reiter. Bill, we have a timetable for treatment, but not necessarily for return. Kevin Durant set to miss at least the next 2 weeks before they even think about the latter. In all things, expectation does frame reaction. Is this in some way good news out of Phoenix after rumblings that KD could be shelved into the playoffs?
I think it is, Joe. And what I'm told is the approach from Phoenix is very similar to what we saw after the All-Star game when Durant was returning from that injury that had sidelined him for a while. They weren't going to rush him. They, of course, wanted to have him back when he was ready, but they're going to err on the side of caution. And what's true then is true now. They're pretty well ensconced in a top 4 spot in the Western Conference. They feel real good about this basketball team, especially in the regular season. Even without KD, they were very good, obviously, before he joined. You noted only 3 games. So he'll be back at some point. I think it's relatively positive. Obviously, you don't want Kevin Durant to be hurt, but they're not talking about the postseason. And I anticipate, based on what I'm hearing, Joe, is they're going to take their time, make sure he's okay, as close to 100% as possible, so when the playoffs roll around, he's good to go.
All right, let's go big picture here for a moment. Where are you at on the 13-time All-Star from 30,000 feet? World-class talent when available, but lower body issues mounting in the season since that Achilles tear. Yes, this was a freak thing in warm-ups. Do you simply chalk it up as that, or is there something more?
You know, Bill Parcells, NFL side, said people tell you who they are. Listen, and Kevin Durant has told us he's a world-class player whose presence makes you a contender. He's also told us that there's a lack of reliability at times in terms of his health. It is a freak accident, but we've seen these things before. So I'm all in on the Suns, Joe, and I think the if has to be capitalized and highlighted under a spotlight, if he can remain healthy for the 2 months, basically, that a successful postseason run would add up to.
Yeah, you take a look here at some of the numbers in such a short sample size. Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, a new dynamic duo in more ways than one. Durant not likely to have much more acclimation time with his new teammates, Booker included here prior to the playoffs. They look to be gelling just fine there in the 3 games that we've been privileged to. Is this still the favorite in the West if Durant is coming into a playoff competitive type scenario flat-footed?
Yeah, you said it. None of the Kyrie Irving growing pains in Dallas, none of the Russell Westbrook growing pains, or maybe it's just pains with the Clippers, his new team. They are exceptional with Kevin Durant, and I think they are absolutely the favorites if he's healthy. You said it. It's a freak injury. If he comes back, if they take their time, if there's not another injury of some kind, the Suns are, I think, the huge favorites. I don't even think it's close, Joe, to come out of the Western Conference.
It's interesting how the dynamic of power has shifted from east to west and back. Bill Reiter, we appreciate you as always. All right, here's a look at the road ahead for Phoenix. They will be without the services of Kevin Durant again for at least the next 2 weeks, at which time he will be re-evaluated for that left ankle sprain. They will take on a surging Kings squad who will appear in the playoffs for the first time in 16 seasons. Then they get the Warriors out west for taking on the Bucks and Magic at home.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.